Hey everyone, we are on the square in Lawrenceville. Today we're going to take a tour of the new office, show you guys where we are. It's been a while since we have walked around. I'm standing out front on the area that faces the courthouse, old courthouse square. So the guys have gotten these brackets up. These are stainless steel brackets, and hopefully within the next week we are going to put up the framing. It's also stainless steel, so this is going to be a fully stainless steel canopy, and we're going to get that framing up, and then we can infill. We got some lights that go on the inside, and then we are going to refinish the sapele windows. Sapele is supposed to be a great wood. It doesn't look like it's deteriorating, but what's happened is that the water has caused damage on the surface. We should be able to repair that. You can actually see at the front door, the wood that's protected really has done well. We also have up top the guardrail detail has gone in. That really turned out great. We still got to connect all of those different pieces to create a bench and a little bar top area, but we'll walk up there. I'll show you guys that as well. So the front doors here are about 100 years old. I spent way too much money restoring them. I've got all the original hardware we're going to put back on, and really excited. Got the old door sill that we'll put back on there as well. So we are still having problems with the brick dusting. This week we're going to take one of the old bricks that we have put, it's either 3 or 4 layers of sealer on it, and we're going to send that to the factory and test it and see what we need to do. This brick is known for dusting. That's just kind of where the brick's trying to crumble. It wasn't fired at a very high rate, and we're dealing with that now. Of course, this wall over here was from 1899, so the brick's been here a long time. We have opened up the stairs to the top. I'll show you guys that. It really is letting in a lot of natural daylight here in the back. We have finished all of the concrete and installed the Scarpa fountain. Really like the Scarpa fountain. What we did here, of course, this is our postmodern, neo-postmodern take on a lot of things. But what it did here was design the Scarpa fountain to look like it was a copy. Actually printed it in a 3D printer and then scanned in that 3D image to create it. And then what we did is with each of these walls, we went around and you can kind of tell how the edges aren't square. So the idea with that is that this is also a copy of a Scarpa type courtyard. So we'll have a fountain over here. What will happen is that the scupper, the gargoyle scupper that we've talked about, will be installed up here, and really that's what's holding us up right now, is we need these back stairs to be put in. So water will flow through that scupper. It will drop into this fountain. We have prepared the fountain to receive the waterproofing. Hopefully that will happen too over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be a black waterproofing that goes through there. So everything really looks nice in the fountain. These are the back stairs. There'll be a door right here that you come through into this back protected courtyard space, and then this window right here is what aligns with the front of the building through there, and will be in the wood, and back here in the stone there's going to be this axis line that's drawn all the way from the front door through to the back, and that's that continuing of passing through that we've talked about. This whole building is wrapped around the idea of seeing through from the front to the back, because it was once an alleyway before the building was built in 1914. You can see over here the water will flow through this section of the fountain and out the CMU wall. That CMU wall we're going to wrap with granite. That really should look fantastic. Right here's a planting area. I think what I'm going to do is have a Japanese style type shade garden with a lot of moss and ferns and different types of things. There'll be an area over here underneath the stairs as well that we'll have that too. This is looking back through the space. The guys went and got the old back foundation wall out this week. Crawl space is a mess, man. When it rains, water gets in there. The idea was that in the future somebody could crawl around down through there and add conduit or work on stuff. But wow, it just has really taken a beating when it rains and all of the dirt that gets in there. We do have the framing up for the restroom form here. I think we've finally gotten, this will be our third electrical sub on the project, and I think we've got them lined up, ready to go. All right, well, let's do a quick tour around down here. See how you can see through the double channel columns. That's a bit of a signature element for us. Again, these Sapele front windows are fantastic. Once all the paper comes down, you're going to have a great view out onto the square, and then the canopy should really frame the front and create that nice space up there as well. So this is the main studio. We do have some of our panels. These are the soffit panels for the back. They're in our Michael Graves blue. Of course, this right here is our electrical panel room and water heater. The server will be in there, and the server will be in there. I'm trying to think of what else. I think I got just some general shelving. Right in front of you will be a stereo cabinet that we made out of some of the old reclaimed wood that we got from the floor joist. What we did is we took up all the floor joists in the space and really had a lot of fun. We made our desk out of the floor joist, and some of the different, like there's another shelf right here for my albums and CDs and those types of things. This corridor will have some uplights down in the trough. That trough we're going to infill with slate that we got off the old courthouse. So what we'll do is we'll crush all that up, and we'll have slate right next to the brick walls. I did that because you can see down here the brick is really jagged, and so it was hard to try to figure out how to solve that. We weren't going to be able to create a nice edge with the wood floor. We are reclaiming the old wood floor. It's a heart pine floor, about 100 years old. We have removed all of that and are going to reinstall it. We put new tongue groove edges on it and just really kind of sanded it down, so it should look fantastic. This is the first restroom right here. We're going to have a shower on the left, and then some really great tile in here as well. It's a black granite type tile. Thinking about we've got a ton of slate from the old courthouse roof. Thinking about wrapping this whole form right here with slate. You can see out into the back courtyard. There should be a lot of great natural daylight that comes through. It'll be a complete window wall. And we place those windows at the height of what you would hang a painting. So that's kind of eye level height through there. So it's a ribbon window essentially. Le Corbusier used to do that, and some of his villas that I went to were really great. Just kind of these windows that are hung on the wall, the same way you would hang a painting on the wall. All right, let's walk upstairs. This is our steel staircase. You can see through the treads, which that's again in keeping with the passing through, looking from front to back. Upstairs, the guys have gotten some of the windows in. We're not quite dried in. Hopefully this next week we're going to have the nano wall that is installed in the front. There's one in the back right there, and there's one up here in the front as well. This is the nano wall. So it's a collapsible wall system. We'll be able to open up the entire left side of this upper space. So today's not the day, but on a nice day, this area will just be an open deck. And then what'll happen on this side, we're going to have a nice glass framed wall that will define a conference room over on the left. But you can look out front. Again, we have the see-through columns up here. The guys have started framing for some of the soffits. They have gotten in the, we've got the HVAC vents are in the floor right here. This will be a raised floor, so in the future, if we wanted to change things around, we'll be able to do that. This is going to be our pinup studio over here, so we've still got to design what that exactly looks like. But here's the roof. You can look out the back and see the courtyard. Again, we're going to have a wall that we got to frame up pretty soon. The brick really turned out nice. This steel plate guardrail will remain. That's what that'll look like. So the nano wall will be open right here, similar to what it is. You can see our guardrail again. We continue that thinking of passing through. So that really looks super nice. This is a really great space right here. It's just, we spent a lot of time proportioning it. It's the same size as the back courtyard, so we got that yin and yang going on.